Good evening. I'm Andrew Smith, and this is your all-over news deep dive. We're bringing you comprehensive coverage of the most significant global news stories emerging in the last 24 hours. Let's dive right into our reporting this evening. Our top story tonight takes us to the Middle East, where tensions have flared once again between Israel and Palestine. In the latest escalation, Israeli forces have conducted several airstrikes targeting what they describe as Hamas military sites in Gaza. This comes in response to a series of rocket attacks launched from the Palestinian territory. The airstrikes have reportedly resulted in significant damage to infrastructure, though no casualties have been confirmed at this time. Meanwhile, the international community is calling for restraint and dialogue, with the United Nations urging both sides to return to peaceful negotiations. The repeated cycles of violence raise pertinent questions about the efficacy of current peace efforts and the underlying issues that continue to fuel this protracted conflict. Turning to Europe, political tremors are being felt in France as widespread protests are taking place in response to the government's proposed pension reforms. French President Emmanuel Macron has faced significant opposition, both from the public and within the parliamentary corridors, over plans to raise the retirement age from 62 to 64. Critics argue that the reforms disproportionately affect lower-income workers who rely heavily on their pensions, while supporters claim it's a necessary move to stabilize the country's economy. Strikes have disrupted public transport, schools, and even healthcare services, illustrating the depth of public outrage. This debate over social welfare and fiscal policy in one of Europe's pivotal economies remains a crucial point of contention, with potential ripple effects across the EU. Meanwhile, in the United States, lawmakers are in a heated debate after the introduction of new measures aimed at regulating major technology companies. These proposals, driven by concerns over privacy and market monopolization, target the practices of tech giants like Google, Amazon, and Facebook. The legislation seeks to establish more stringent data protection norms and curb anti-competitive practices that some argue stifle innovation and harm consumer choice. Tech companies are pushing back, warning that overregulation could hinder economic growth and technological advancement. As Congress continues to deliberate, this regulatory showdown could redefine the landscape of digital governance in America and beyond. To Asia now, where China has announced substantial amendments to its international investment policies. The move is perceived as an effort to attract more foreign capital amidst a slowing economy and trade tensions primarily with the United States. By easing restrictions, the Chinese government aims to open its market further while simultaneously strengthening its global economic ties. Critics, however, caution that China's complex regulatory environment may still pose significant challenges to foreign investors. The global business community is watching closely to see how these policy shifts will impact international trade dynamics, particularly in the tech and manufacturing sectors where China plays a pivotal role. And finally, in environmental news, the Amazon rainforest is at the forefront of urgent global action following alarming reports of accelerated deforestation. Brazilian officials have reported a 30% increase in deforestation over the past year, sparking international outcry. This loss of vital ecosystems not only threatens biodiversity, but also exacerbates global climate change due to increased carbon emissions. Conservationists are calling for immediate action from the Brazilian government, demanding stricter enforcement of environmental regulations and greater incentives for sustainable land use practices. With the Amazon being one of the world's largest carbon sinks, its preservation is crucial not just for local communities, but for the global efforts to combat climate change. As we delve deeper into each of these stories, it is evident that the interconnectedness of our world today means that these developments will have wide-ranging implications, affecting millions of lives across the globe. Whether it's political unrest, economic policy, or environmental stewardship, these issues demand our attention and, more critically, our action. I'm Andrew Smith, and thank you for joining us tonight. Stay informed, and good night.